Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. Wow. I'm exhausted. That was a brutal win, but thankfully it was a win. It was a game we definitely would have lost last season. In fact, I'll probably be saying that a lot this year. I hope I do. I already said it once before. This game would have been lost without Jalen Brunson last season. Now, did he cost us some in that late game execution in the fourth quarter when Dennis Smith Jr. Hey, shout out to Dennis Smith Jr. Shout out to him. I'm happy to see him balling. I'm happy to see him hooked up with the team, and he's playing well. He played so well that he actually hurt us at the end. Brunson could not deal with him towards the end. The game ended up being tied. We went into overtime, but let me tell you, overtime was all about Jalen Brunson. Yes! Welcome to the Knicks-Verse. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, drop your comments. The New York Knicks have begun the new season 3-1. I'm excited and at the same time nervous, but a win like this is a beautiful thing because look, our starters, I mean, other than Brunson, who hit a couple of big three-pointers, and Fournier, who hit two big three-pointers, Randall and RJ could not hit a three-pointer. Could not. And they did not have a good shooting night as well. And that probably explains why this game went into overtime. But man, was it a high-octane game. The New York Knicks scored 32 points in the first quarter, 37 in the second quarter, 29, almost another 30 in the third quarter. But the fourth quarter, I think they ran out of gas, and they ran out of the magic dust ball movement. They stopped moving the ball, and they stopped moving off ball, and that's why the game ended up tied. Let's get to it. Here we go. 134-131. Overtime win by the Knicks. This is the type of overtime win I was hoping the Knicks could have pulled off against Memphis in game 1, and then we'd be 4-0. But I am very, very happy to report that the Knicks pulled this game out. And it was through the incredible theatrics of Jalen Brunson. But before we get to that, got to show this tweet by David Futternick. Another easy Knicks win. Hashtag New York forever. Look at old man River there with that big old white beard. That's how I'm going to be one day. Just big old white beard. Hopefully the Knicks will have won a championship by then. Let's hope. Look at it, Futternick. He's hilarious. All right, let's get to this man, Jalen Brunson. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 13 assists, a career high in assists for Jalen Brunson. Kind of surprised that it was a career high, but you know, he's been in the league 4 years. He hasn't really led a team until now, so I guess it's not that surprising. But let's get to this. Let's go to the overtime. I'm not even going to show you full game highlights. I'm only going to show you select plays. Let's look at this play here. Look at this one here. Look at this. Look at Brunson. All right, 3:16 left. Overtime. Huge three-pointer. Knicks were down by 2 right there. It looked like, wait a second. Are we going to lose in overtime? Have we run out of gas? He said, nah. But look at the beautiful thing here. Look at this. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again right now. All right. Look at that. He uses Randall's. Now, Randall, I mean, I don't. Looks like DSJ just got tired. He's like, I'm not going to try and fight my way around Randall. And Brunson read it perfectly. Now, highlight number 2. This is huge. 2.5 left. Look at that. We're going to watch this a couple of times. Look at the way Brunson finds Robinson here. First of all, he broke the blitz. Plumlee came out to blitz him. Almost at half court. And he was able to get around it. And he had his eyes on Mitch the entire time. He had a plan. He knew that Plumlee was on him, so that meant no one could guard Mitch. All he had to do was just break free of that double team, and he'd find Mitch for an easy 2, and that put us up by 4. And that was a humongous bucket there because we were going to need it. Then comes the final highlight. Here we go. 1 minute left. We're up by 1. Look at Brunson doing what Brunson does. In the paint, turnaround jumper money. Oh, this guy, I got to tell you, man, it's a world of difference. We all know, you can see it. It's a world of difference when you have a real bona fide point guard, a guy who game manages. He's a game manager, situation manager. I'm telling you right here. I think Jalen Brunson is going to be an outstanding NBA coach 15 years from now. Mark my words. Maybe he'll be the outstanding NBA coach for the New York Knicks 15 years from now. Maybe. Let's see. All right, let's get back to... Here we go. All right. Mitch Robinson was the next star of this game. It was Brunson and Mitch were the two stars of this game. Mitchell Robinson, shout out to New York Basketball for tweeting this out, NBA_New York. Mitchell Robinson in the overtime thriller over Charlotte, 37 minutes, 9 points, only 9 points, but hit all 4 of his buckets, hit 1 of 2 free throws, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, but check it out, 6 blocks for Mitch. 6 blocks more than the entire Hornets team and no turnovers. 2 fouls, he finished a +8. Outstanding game for Mitch Robinson. He set the tone very early on. Very, very early on. You know what? I love his whole attitude. I love the way he's approaching the game. His desire to become, like one of the top defenders in the NBA is driving this, is fueling this. He said the other day in an interview that some guys, when they get the bag, they kind of like take it easy. Not him. Not him at all. In fact, he said the way he looks at it is, it's a confirmation that if you work hard, you'll get rewarded. So now he wants to work even harder so he can get the next contract. He wants it to be even bigger, and he deserves it if he keeps going like this, developing. He even hit a jump shot. He even hit like a little, I think it was like a 7-footer. Beautiful. Could not be happier with the way Mitch has played so far, actually, this whole season. Except for the first game where he got into foul trouble, which, debatable whether he deserved all those fouls. Let's get to the next tweet. All right, let's look at some stats here. Randall, the way Randall is what I tweeted out during the game. Randall, because he said he watched a lot of Euro basketball over the summer. And man, when he does the sidestep, the Euro step, not the sidestep, the Euro step when he's coming down the lane, it's actually, I think it's like frightening for people. They're like, whoa, what's going on? And he gets right to it. He finished 7 of 19. He played 40 minutes. Now it was overtime, which is why, you're going to see that kind of tremendous number. But still, he looked tired. And there was an ISO play there. I think it was towards the end of regulation. The game was hanging in a balance. And I almost feel like, I don't know what happened with the play calling or whatever, but it seemed like it just kind of like the offense just stopped. And it was spread out. And then Julius just kind of took it himself. I highly doubt that was the play that was called, but whatever. It was terrible. He took it down. He couldn't do anything with it because he's tired. But he did make up for it later, which actually you can see it right here. I think this is the play. I think that was the play right there. Yes, that was the play because Cam was on the court right there. He was able to get that and put that ball back in the hoop, and that was humongous. Get back to it here. As you can see, Brunson shot, 10 of 15. He shot 67%, 66.7%. 27, hit all 5 of his free throws. Man, almost, he was just 3 rebounds away from a triple-double. That would have been sweet for him. RJ finishes the second highest score, 22 points. Shot 9 of 21, which is like 40-something percent. It was okay. Missed all 5 of his 3-point shots. His 3-point shot, I thought it was looking better the last game, and he did connect on 3 of them, but it was just absent here. Came away with 8 rebounds, only 1 dime. Don't like to see that. This is not the kind of stat line that I want to see from RJ Barrett. 39 minutes. So look, 39 minutes for RJ, 41 minutes for Brunson, 40 minutes for Randall. Way too many minutes for our starters. But again, it's an overtime game, so that's bound to happen sometimes. But the reason I don't like it is because look at Obi. Obi actually was fabulous this game. 3 of 4. from behind the arc, our best three-point shooter today. And on top of that, he only played 13 minutes. 5 minutes in the entire second half and overtime included. That just can't happen. That just cannot happen. And I go back to this over and over again. When you have a guy like Obi who's playing the way he's playing, try to go small. This is the time. Now is the time, especially against a team like Charlotte. Charlotte's not that big. Yeah, they got Plumlee. But you think Plumlee's going to be able to keep up with Obi? Nah. You think Plumlee's going to be able to keep up with Randall? I mean, maybe a tired Randall, which he was in the fourth, but still, get Obi out there. Let's get these two guys together. Start experimenting, Thibs. We saw some IQ with the starters. More of that. What else did we see? We saw Cam. Cam, didn't have an outstanding game statistically. He did pick up 4 fouls, but he contributed defensively. His length is something else. It's very disruptive. He disrupted I think it was a Kelly Oubre three-point shot attempt, and I think it was a Gordon Hayward three-point shot attempt. That length, we're going to have to start really looking at getting as much size as we possibly can out on the court against certain teams, especially when we start meeting teams like Toronto. Absolutely. Let's see. Reddish played 25 minutes. That's excellent. He played almost double what Obi played, and yet didn't provide the offense that Obi was providing. Interesting. And that literally is just only because of the Randall situation, because of Thibs' hesitance to play Obi and Randall together. But I will say, now that Obi is hitting that three-point shot, there's no excuse to not play them together, at least for a stretch of time, and see how it goes. Isaiah Hartenstein, he had a poor first half. He got burned a lot defensively, but he came back in the second half and he really had a solid second half. Finished 4 of 5, 8 points. D Rose came in, he hit 5 of 7, 1 of 2 overall. 12 minutes, he scored 12 points. Beautiful. That's about the amount of minutes we're going to see from D Rose. Anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to see that from him every game. Emmanuel Quickly, 19 minutes, 3 of 6 overall. He had 2 of 3 of his 3-pointers, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points. I thought he had a very good game. I thought he had a pretty good game. I think though that he also probably, you know what, there was a timeout there. I can't remember the moment. It was either towards the end of regulation or towards the end of towards the end of overtime, where Knicks got the ball. I think we were up a point. I would have brought in both Rose and IQ at that time and gone with the 3 guards with Brunson to try to just inbound the ball and try to get a bucket somehow any way you can, or at least draw a foul. Thibs didn't do that. He went with Cam. I believe he subbed in Cam for Mitch. It ended up working out, but in the end, I don't think it was necessarily the right decision. Nick shot 11 of 30 from the three-point line. The three-point shot is still not there for the team overall, 36.7%. But look at the field goals, 53.6% overall. It's amazing we only lost by 3 points when you shoot almost 54% from the field. Only won by 3 points in overtime. That's a sign of something wrong. And what's wrong was the ball, like I said earlier, the ball stopped moving, the players stopped moving. Now, it could be because it was a pretty high octane game. Look, by the half, the score was 69-62. That's incredibly high scoring for one half. It was a lot of back and forth. The Charlotte actually, I think, had the highest, the best offense last season, I believe. Not sure exactly where they are this season, but I would imagine. Also Charlotte was without Terry Rozier. Yeah, and they don't have LaMelo, and who's the other guy? I forgot who the other guy was playing, but they put it right to us. Check out the plus minus. You can see here, Cam from the bench was the only plus player. Good for him. And I think that's partly because he did play with the starters a lot. The starters came through this game. Randall was a +6, Mitch +8, Brunson +7, Fournier +4, Barrett +8. Oh, it was when Fournier fouled out. That's what it was. And we should have gone with IQ and IQ at that point, but we went with Cam, and actually his length did pay off. It totally did pay off. So in that respect, that's what I thought went the other way, and it did work out. But I do think in that one timeout when we had to inbound the ball and we needed to hold on to the ball, make sure that we got some kind of a productive result to that possession, I would have gone with Rose and IQ with Brunson, those three, and Randall and RJ. That's what I would have gone with at the end. But neither here nor there. This team won the game. Wow, what a relief. What a relief. It was gutsy. It was a very gutsy effort. There was a moment there where it did look like, oh no, are we just going to fold? But Jalen Brunson would not let that happen. No way. Now look at this Charlotte tier. You can see PJ Washington, 17 points, but only 5 rebounds. Gordon Hayward almost got a double-double, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Dennis Smith Jr. finished with 14 points. Didn't hit a three-pointer, but he hit 7 of 16 of his overall field goals. So that means he hit 7 of 13. So he played decent percentage from inside the arc for him. 11 assists for DSJ. 11 assists for Dennis Smith Jr. Nice game for him. Kelly Oubre, 17 points. And thank you, Kelly, for picking up the technical foul there in overtime when you shouldn't have. I really appreciate Kelly Oubre helping the Knicks out there. So glad he's not on our team. But this guy, Jalen McDaniels, where'd he come from? 6 of 10 overall. Hit all 3 of his three-pointers. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 17 points in 23 minutes. I gotta say, he was actually one of the main reasons that the bench, look at them. 6 of 10 for him. Maladon, also tremendous impact on this game. The Frenchman, 16 minutes, 6 of 7, hit both of his three-pointers, 15 points. James Bouknight, though he had to leave, I think he had a slight concussion or something, I'm not sure. 17 minutes, 5 of 9 field goals, hit 2 of 5 of his three-point shots. Finished with 13 points. Look, the fact that we beat a Charlotte team who shot almost 42% from the three-point line on a night when they almost shot 50%, that is something to really hang your hat on. However, I feel like our defense, a lot of it is askew with our defensive matchups. And I'll look deeper into that later on and come up with some rationales and explanations for all of that later on. Look at the team stats here. Here we go. I just rattled off those team stats. The shooting percentages were incredibly high. Even the Knicks, they hit 36.7% as a team. That's not atrocious from the three-point line. It's not atrocious. But the free throws. If Charlotte hits a few more free throws, I think this game ends in regulation. They missed 10 free throws. They took 30, missed 10. So they missed 33% of their free throws. The Knicks, in turn, made 86.4% of theirs. So they shot 66.7%. We shot 86.2%. We shot 8 less free throws, but made only 1 less free throw than them. They shot 30 free throws total. So fantastic. But the story of the game, if you look down, points in the paint. The Knicks lead the NBA in points in the paint currently. We got 74 points tonight. We had a plus 18 right there over Charlotte with 56 points. The assists, 26 assists in a full game with overtime wasn't that high. And that's indicative that the ball stopped moving. And it really did. And that cannot happen, guys. Knicks, the players, if you're watching this, don't default to bad habits. If you feel that happening within you at that moment, if you feel that the offense is stagnating, the ball's not moving around enough, talk to each other. I noticed a lot more talking in the first 3 games than I did tonight with each other. Talk to each other. Get that ball movement. Don't default back. Don't go back to bad habits. Stay off the smack. Stay off the ISO smack. Stay off of that. Get to the beautiful play that you guys have been showing us this season. It's going to carry you far. All right, tonight you got away with it. It started out pretty good, but then as the game wore on, you saw that it just wasn't there. The ball movement part and the off ball movement for the players. So just keep it going. Knicks once had a 12-point lead, and then they were once down by 5 points. I was sweating it. But they pulled it out. Could not be happier that they pulled this game out. I just wish that they'd been able to just take care of business, in regulation time and not let Charlotte get back in this. But it didn't happen. Sometimes there's going to be games like this. Charlotte's a good team. They're a good team. There's a lot of teams in the middle there, in that middle pack, and we have to win these games. We have to figure out win them by any means necessary, and that's what Jalen Brunson did. That's what this guy did. He decided we're not losing this game, and he pulled it out for us. Boo! Thank you so much, Jalen Brunson. Yes. All right. Knicks are now 3-1. We play Cleveland on Friday. In Cleveland, so we finished the homestand, the 3-game homestand, 3-0. Fantastic. Took care of business at home. That's what I want to keep seeing. I'm very happy so far with the results. How could I not be? Thank you guys for watching this. Again, get your hats, get your shirts, order all the other gear that's online. The link is in the description. Click on it and hit the thumbs up button. Drop your comments. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.